On June 27, 2011, the wrestling world changed forever. As John Cena laid there in the ring on an episode of WWE RAW, CM Punk sat cross-legged on the ramp and shared his opinions about everything and anything that was bothering him, as he gave his infamous Pipebomb promo. This legendary occasion caught the attention of current and lapsed WWE fans, and they wanted nothing more than to discuss it with other fans. At the time, the only place to do it was Pro Wrestling subreddit on Reddit. For anyone that isn't familiar with our pro wrestling, it is a great subreddit for learning more about puro and indie wrestling. At the time, talk of the WWE was allowed but wasn't overly welcomed. So when the pipe bomb took place, it rattled not only the pro wrestling world but also the R pro wrestling world. With nearly all of the subreddit talking about CM Punk's legendary promo, the sole moderator of the subreddit at the time, John Hyperion, was doing his best to contain it and direct conversations back to the topic of smaller indie wrestlers. After deleting some posts and moderating some messages, John Hyperion had enough and posted his thoughts on the matter. John Hyperion shared a lengthy post named "The Picture on the Right is CM Punk." In this particular post, John talked about wrestlers that used to be in CM Punk's place that deserve some of the current attention that Punk is getting. He refers to Kana, now known as Asuka, and Serena Deeb as people to take notice and how the WWE has wronged people over time. But someone wasn't having it with John's rant. The owner and creator of SquaredCircle, Pewdie. He stepped up and shared his thoughts in the comments. He was soon followed up by Condron, another integral and founder member of SquaredCircle, and with that, the ball got rolling with this subreddit's creation. Finally, on this iconic date of June 29, 2011, our SquaredCircle was created. It was born as a community to discuss wrestling. That means all things wrestling. No longer would people have to worry about getting modded for discussing the latest episode of Raw. Shortly after, a now deleted user created a long write-up as to why John Hyperion was killing our pro wrestling. Fans were posting to our pro wrestling about the new community of SquaredCircle and trying to get the word out as quickly as possible before their posts were deleted. Shortly after, discussions began to take place on wrestling, such as, do you feel like it's time for certain wrestlers to bow out gracefully and just retire already? It has been 13 long years since these events. Now, today, with almost 900k members, our SquaredCircle has become one of, if not the biggest, pro wrestling community on the internet today. Meanwhile, our pro wrestling has new staff and have a wonderful community. And it all started because someone hated the idea that the old way our pro wrestling was ran was the best.